We are officially in the final countdown for the March 2026 payment cycle, and while the dates are confirmed, there is a major warning you need to hear today. Even if you have received your Social Security or SSI payments on time for years, 2026 has introduced new digital protocols that are already causing unexpected delays for thousands of beneficiaries. Today, we are breaking down the 3 specific reasons why your March deposit, including that new $994 amount, could be delayed or even suspended, and more importantly, how you can fix it before the February 27th deadline. The first major reason for potential delays this month is the 2026 address and residency verification. The Social Security Administration has launched an aggressive campaign this spring to verify the living arrangements of SSI recipients. Why now? Because with the early payment scheduled for February 27th, the SSA's automated system is flagging accounts that haven't updated their primary residence in the last 12 months. If you moved recently, or even if you are temporarily staying at a different address for the winter and you haven't officially updated this in the My Social Security portal, your check could be placed on a technical hold. This isn't a loss of benefits, it's a security measure, but it can take weeks to resolve if you don't catch it now. The second reason is the IRS data mismatch. As we've discussed on this channel, 2026 is the year of full integration between the IRS and the SSA. As millions of Americans file their 2025 tax returns, the SSA's computers are cross-referencing that data with your benefit eligibility in real time. If the income reported on your tax return shows even a slight discrepancy with what the SSA has on file for your disability or retirement eligibility, the system is programmed to pause and review. This is particularly critical for those who worked part-time in late 2025. If that income pushed you over the limit even for a single month, your March 2026 payment is the one that could trigger an automated review. And the third, and perhaps most common reason, is the Direct Express expiration wave. A massive number of Direct Express debit cards were issued with a March 2026 expiration date. If your card expires this month and you haven't activated your replacement, your funds will be deposited, but you will have zero access to them on payment day. We are seeing reports of replacement cards being lost in the mail due to the new 2026 postal regulations. In this video, we aren't just here to worry you, we are here to provide the solution. We will walk you through the emergency verification steps to ensure that when Friday, February 27th arrives, your $994 is ready and accessible. Stick with us as we dive into the step-by-step fix for each of these 3 issues. Let's tackle the first major reason your March 2026 payment could be delayed, the address and residency verification hold. As we mentioned, the SSA has significantly ramped up its efforts to confirm where you actually live, especially for SSI recipients. This isn't just about mail delivery. It's about confirming your eligibility, as housing arrangements directly impact your benefit amount. If the SSA sends a routine verification letter and it bounces, or if their automated system detects a discrepancy with your previous records, your payment can be immediately flagged. The critical step here is proactive verification. You need to ensure your address is 100% current with the Social Security Administration. There are 2 primary ways to do this, and the first is the fastest and most secure, your My Social Security online account. Log in, navigate to the Contact Information section, and double-check your mailing address and residential address. If you need to make an update, the system allows for immediate electronic changes, which are processed much faster than paper forms. In 2026, the SSA has streamlined this process to reduce hold times, but only if you initiate the change online. The second method is to call the SSA directly at 1-800-772-1213. Be prepared for longer wait times, especially during the last week of February, as everyone calls about the early SSI payment. When you get through, clearly state that you need to update your contact and residency information. Have your Social Security number and previous address details ready. They will ask a series of security questions to verify your identity. It's crucial to understand that in 2026, the SSA is cross-referencing residency with state databases for utilities and property tax records. If you are receiving SSI and are living in a nursing home or other institution, your benefit amount can change, and failing to report this change promptly is a major trigger for a payment hold. The second reason for a potential delay in your March 2026 payment is far more technical and, frankly, more dangerous: the IRS data mismatch. Since we are currently in the peak of the 2026 tax filing season, the Social Security Administration's new Real-Time Sync is working overtime. In previous years, it could take months for the SSA to find out if you had extra income. In 2026, it takes seconds. If you filed your taxes recently, or if your employer reported wages that don't align with what the SSA expects for your disability or SSI eligibility, your account is automatically flagged for a human review. During this review, your March payment, including that highly anticipated $994, can be held in a pending status. This is especially common for those on SSDI who are testing their trial work period or SSI recipients who had a small seasonal job in late 2025. To prevent this delay, you must be proactive. If you know your income has changed, do not wait for the IRS to tell the Social Security Administration. You should upload your latest pay stubs or income verification directly to your My Social Security portal. By providing the documentation first, you create a preemptive verification that can override the automated IRS flag. In 2026, being first with the information is the only way to keep the gears moving smoothly. Also, be aware of your tax refund timing. Many of you expect your tax refund to arrive around the same time as your March Social Security check. While a tax refund is not counted as income for SSI for the first 12 months, if you keep that refund in your bank account and it pushes your total resources over the $2,000 limit, your next payment could be suspended. The IRS link is now monitoring bank balances more closely than ever before. We are seeing a new level of federal coordination in 2026, and staying informed is your only defense against these automated payment pauses. In the next section, we will cover the final and most time-sensitive reason: the Direct Express expiration crisis. The third and perhaps most stressful reason for a delay in March 2026 is the Direct Express expiration crisis. If you use the Direct Express debit card to receive your benefits, look at your card right now. A massive wave of cards issued during the federal processor transition is set to expire in March 2026. If that date is on the front of your card, you are in the danger zone. Even if the Treasury deposits your $994 on February 27th, an expired card will lock you out of your own money the moment March begins. The real problem in 2026 is the U.S. Postal Service delay. New postal regulations implemented in January 2026 have changed how mail is postmarked and sorted, adding up to 5 business days to standard delivery times. Many beneficiaries are reporting that their replacement cards, which should have arrived in early February, are still in transit. If you don't have your new card by now, you cannot afford to wait any longer. To solve this, do not call the Social Security Administration. They do not issue the cards. You must call the Direct Express customer service line at 1-8888-741-1115. In 2026, they have implemented an automated card status feature. When you call, immediately select the option to check replacement card status. If the system shows it hasn't been mailed, you must request expedited delivery. While there may be a small fee, it is the only way to bypass the current 2026 postal logjam and ensure you have a working card before the early SSI payment on Friday. Once your new card arrives, activation is your top priority. You can do this through the Direct Express mobile app, which has been updated for 2026 to include instant activation via biometric face scan or fingerprint on most smartphones. This bypasses the need to wait on hold for a representative. Remember, once you activate the new card, your old one is immediately deactivated. Do not throw away the old card until you have successfully withdrawn cash or made a purchase with the new one. This activation lock is a key security feature in 2026 to prevent fraud, but it requires you to be proactive. In our final section, we'll give you the March 2026 emergency checklist to make sure your $994 arrives without a single hitch. We've covered the dates, the $994 amount, and the 3 major risks. But what happens if the clock strikes midnight on Friday, February 27th, and your account is still at zero? This is where you need to follow the March 2026 emergency checklist. Do not panic, but do not wait weeks to take action. First, the 72-hour rule. In 2026, banks are processing higher volumes of federal data than ever. If your payment is missing, wait exactly 3 business days before contacting the SSA. Often, it's a simple settlement delay between the Treasury and your specific bank. However, if those 3 days pass, your next move is the My Social Security Message Center. Check for any notice of action or request for evidence that might have been issued digitally. If you are facing a true financial emergency, meaning you lack food, shelter, or medical care, and your payment is delayed, you may be eligible for an emergency advance payment. In 2026, for new or current SSI claimants facing hardship, the SSA can issue a one-time emergency payment of up to $994. To get this, you cannot use the website. You must call your local field office or visit in person. Be prepared to provide a signed statement detailing your financial emergency. Remember, the SSA also has immediate payments of up to $999 for those in dire situations. These are short-term lifelines designed to bridge the gap while a technical error is being fixed. But the best defense is always a good offense. Double-check your Direct Express card expiration date. Ensure your income is reported correctly, and verify your address today. By being proactive, you ensure that March 2026 is a month of stability, not stress. We are here to keep you updated every step of the way as these federal changes unfold. If this emergency guide helped you, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Your financial security is our top priority. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.